All right. Hey, Teresa. So I'm so glad you decided to do this testimonial with me. I'm just gonna start with a couple of quick questions, and I'm gonna let you kind of take over here. So first, I just want you to give a quick introduction of who you are and what it is that you do.
Okay, so my name is Teresa Tibbetts. I am a farmer florist and floral designer. I work on weddings and events mainly in Wyoming, and I have a retail shop and I do workshops.
That's awesome. I know. I'm excited to ask these questions. It's so fun. So tell me, where were you in your business when you started working with me?
So when we first started, I was working at home, and gosh, I just was at a point where I was transitioning from another job. So my other job was as a scientist, and so I was really nervous about leaving that job to start my own business.
Mhm.
And well, I shouldn't say start, to expand the business that I had already started. So I was really nervous about making those steps. And yeah, that's when we first started working together.
So, how have you enjoyed your experience, I guess, working and learning and growing alongside me?
Well, I mean, I felt like from the first meeting that we had, you were just really approachable and curious. And um, I think it was just really nice to work with someone who has a lot of knowledge, who's really giving. You don't hold back, and you're always giving suggestions, and it's not like everything is measured. And so that was just really helpful for me because I know I've said it a lot, but the things that we've worked on together and the hard work that we've done that was
Mhm,
sometimes really hard for me, almost
mhm,
uncomfortable. I don't mean to say that you made me uncomfortable. It's just like doing that really hard thinking work about what I
yeah,
wanted the business to be. Um, it was challenging, but I wouldn't be where I'm at if we hadn't done that work. I would have gone down paths that weren't influenced by what was in my heart, and that like really genuine um, work, result from work that you do that's in depth.
yeah, I love that. You make me cry.
Oh.
That's exactly what drives me, so that's awesome, I love hearing that. Um, what has been the biggest aha moment you've had since working with me?
Well, been a couple actually, but I can think of one. I remember when we first started working together and we were going through the process just of figuring out where I was at, what I needed, what, to move forward and to expand. And
Mhm,
so, like I said in the beginning, I was just trying to like feel out what kind of business I was going to have and what I wanted for it. But I don't know, like my mindset was very limited. And I
mhm,
remember we were going over questions, and it was like, oh, what I think I had said I needed space to work because I was working at home, and
mhm.
people would have to like go through the yard and go to the garage, and I didn't have like a cute little studio or anything. And I remember you asked me like, well, why can't you get a studio or fix up your space or like make this happen, in other
Yeah,
words.
yeah,
And that was one of those moments where I was like, well, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why. I don't have a good
yeah,
reason. And so that, even though it took me a couple of years to really get to the point where now I have a studio space that's away from home and a retail space, and I'm about to move into a bigger space, it started there. It was just like you helped me identify what I needed and pushed
mhm.
me in that direction, even though I was, for some reason, keeping myself from going there.
Yeah, I love that actually. I don't know if you know this, but people like my clients always say that. They're like, "You're a gentle bulldozer and you just push people into the uncomfortable." And I so like it's great to hear you say it again, and I got it on camera, which is exciting. Because I always say to people, I'm like, people call me a gentle bulldozer, and I don't mean to be like, I come off as pushy or like, as like I don't mean to be mean or sound rude. I'm just trying to push you into, I see where people get uncomfortable. And it's one of my strengths is help people push past that and to see what's bigger. And I love hearing you say,
Exactly.
you made me
Yeah.
uncomfortable, but in a good way. So
Yeah. I mean, you're
awesome.
the friend that like dishes the truth, it's
Yeah.
like, well, really, you can't like, you know, go around
Love
that. You
it.
can't avoid this decision or you can't avoid this thing that you need to take care of it and just do what it takes, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. The friend that dishes it out. That's a good way to say it too. I like that. Okay, so what kind of results have you seen implementing the thinking that and the strategies that I've kind of worked with you on?
Well, I think like especially with my ideal clients, I've gone to the work that we've done over and over again and tried to
Yes.
tweak it. I mean, because it's funny, I go back to things even that we worked on in the very beginning, and a lot of those things haven't changed. I think that's an important thing because, like, for instance, last year I got way off track. I mean, not everyone did, but
Everybody
a
can do
lot of
that.
people did.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I mean, I was even reviewing that stuff at the end of last year because I realized, like, whoa, I just like felt like I had to do this thing and that thing and that thing, but I didn't have a good reason. So revisiting those things every year, revisiting who my ideal clients are, how I should approach them, how I should talk to them, and of course, like we both share the ethic of like taking care of our customers. And
Yeah.
so I think like going through that and doing the branding with the logo and all the things that went with that, that was a lot of hard work. And so I'm often like, okay, not like what would Heather do, I guess, but like, okay, where it's just doing that work. It's just so easy to get off track, at least for me.
Yeah.
And so that's just been helpful every step of the way, even though I don't know how long ago was it that we started working together.
I
It
think
seems
it was this 2017, I think 2018.
yeah.
Yeah, 2018, I believe, like the
Yeah.
beginning of 2018.
So a lot of things have changed, but in many ways that part of the work hasn't. I mean, I've been able to tweak it on my own based on
Yeah.
like the hard work that we did.
That's awesome to hear you going back to that stuff. I think that's super important to be able to like redirect and refocus. And it's a constant thing in business to have to like reevaluate and look at what the purpose of our business is. And that's awesome to hear you say that. So how has this changed the way that you look at your business moving forward? Oh, look, I have a baby knocking on my door. Perfect. How has it changed the way that you look at your business moving forward?
I think like going the things that we've done together, I think just make me more aware of those things. So all of, before I think about a project, like I'm thinking about some new projects that we've talked about, and it reminds me like, okay, whatever new thing I add on, it's just the steps, it's the same steps. And thinking about how it is all related to what I'm already doing. I think that has just been a real awareness because, I see people like going off on tangents and, I mean, everyone does that, but I think doing the work to think about how that relates to it, what you've done in the past, what you're doing now, and where you want to be in the future and how you want to balance that with your life, is really important.
Yeah, I love that. With especially as being like we're both moms, so I feel like being able to like realize our time is limited and focusing on those things that are important, that we really want to focus on, and limiting our, like, because we all want, I think as just creative people, we want to like, oh, I want to do this, and then I want to do that, and I want to do this, and being able to rein it in and be like, wait, that doesn't really fit with my brand. It's something I like to do, but it's
Mhm.
not, it doesn't make sense. And then you kind of reel it back in again and see like, yeah, I think that's great to hear you like, yeah, that's awesome. So, well, thank you so much for sharing with me. I'm excited to share this with people as they decide to work with me or not. Um, could you give me, this is what I'm throwing in there. I can edit this out if you want me to, but if you were to tell somebody to take a leap and jump on a project with me, what would it be, an absolute yes or like a no way, run away? Or
No,
maybe
yeah,
like in the middle?
absolute yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it will change their perspective and yeah,
Cool.
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes. Yay. Okay. Awesome.